This week on Camera Talk, what are we looking at? What is that? This is a Canon FD 24mm f2.0. What do you think about that, man? They have an f1.4. They have an f2.8. But there's a 2.0. This is like right in the middle. Do you think it's worth talking about? Well, let's get it on and see what we can find out together.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott. All right, this week on Camera Talk, we're looking at the Canon FD 24mm f2.0. And who do we have as our guest speaker, guest host? Guess who? This guy. It's Dylan McDonald, my 20-month-old son. Yeah, say Happy New Year. Today is actually January 1st. I know you see these videos, weeks later, but today is New Year's. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yay. 2022. So, what about that 24mm, huh? What is it all about? Well, FD mount Canon lenses have grown in popularity, especially among videographers and movie makers, because they're kind of more of a budget type of lens instead of the cine lenses that are out there that are freaking expensive. So these FD Canon lenses have become quite popular because what else can we say? They're pretty damn good. Even though they're 30 some odd years old, 40 years old, can be closer to 50 years old.
Why I hate math.
Depending on when they're made, of course. But anyhow, the one I'm talking about today is on my Sony A7R2, and I bought it a couple of years ago now already, and I've used it in a number of my videos. If you're a watcher of this channel, you've probably seen some of my videos anyway. That the 24 was used whenever I was using my Canon M50, which is filming this video. I use it a number of times to show various other lenses and techniques and the camera itself. So I use my Sony as my video camera, and I use the 24. So let's get right into it then. The 24 millimeter f2.0 FD mount was produced back in the 1970s. Its configuration is 11 elements in 9 groups. Its close focus distance is 30 centimeters, so not bad. Has 8 blades, so it's got some potential for bocaliciousness.
That's not even a word!
But I'll show you some samples of that later. And it's 285 grams, so it's it's weighty, but not that bad. Performance-wise, wide open. It's known for being, being sharp in the center, but a little soft in the corners, which is kind of standard for, lenses of the day. They tend to have a strong vignette as well, which clears up around 2.8 and above. But, if you're looking for across the frame sharpness, resolution, corner to corner, 5.6 to 8.0, aperture is kind of the target you're looking for. And they also Canon made this lens in a 1.4. Hey, watch what you're playing with, mister. You break it, you buy it. A 1.4, which is obviously much more expensive than the 2.0, and is also a very good lens. And they have a 2.8, which is the more common one because it's the cheapest of all and more abundant. The 2.8s are everywhere. But there's been testing done by various users out there who have tested the 1.4, the 2.0, and the 2.8 at all aperture ranges in various situations. And apparently the 2.0 kind of beats out the other two. Now, of course, the 1.4 is going to be, obviously better in low light and for having subject separation, fall off and whatnot. But the 2.8 is also a very good lens. But the 2.0 just edges them out just a tad when you're collectively testing across the frame. So, again, with that said, what shall we do, mister? Shall we take a picture of the end of my kit lens, which is a 15-45 EFM lens on my Canon FD, so we can show everybody what this looks like from sitting where we are. We're roughly not quite 2 meters away, maybe 1.75 or so. So let me do, I'm getting comfortable. Let me do, don't push any buttons, mister. Let me focus in as tight as I can on the end of the lens so I can show you its sharpness and whatnot. All right, right about there, it looks good. You ready? 1, 2, 3. And why not? Let's do 5.6 just for what they say. What's that? Shits and giggles? No, of course, don't tell your teacher I said that. Well, you're not in school yet, so yeah, go ahead. Tell anybody you want that I said that. All right, so 5.6. All right, that looks sharp right about there. Guessing. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so 2.0, 5.6, and of course I'll show you what that looks like. And let's look at some pictures of this guy. Now he's at the age he's getting now. He's not quite the cooperative model that I've had in the past.
What you talking about, Dad?
So I have to nail him down wherever I can to get pictures of him. So let's look at those here. And let me show you some random stuff, that also, use this lens just to show you, again, a variety of landscapes and buildings and just stuff to give you an idea, again, of what the 24 millimeter f2 can do. So let's look at those right here. And lastly, what else can we say? That was pretty much it. So let's talk about our little plug for Luminar. We're going to talk about Luminar. Luminar, ready? Up here. Yeah. There you go. He does this, but he knows what I mean. Luminar. And Luminar AI. Luminar Neo is the new one that's out. It'll be out in February, actually, but I've got the early release. It's what I basically use to edit my photos. Sure, there's Capture One, there's Lightroom, there's Photoshop, there's a bunch of stuff out there. But Luminar's got some pretty cool stuff. And their latest one, the Luminar Neo, has, get rid of power lines, whoop, click of the button, gone. You don't have to spend time highlighting and erasing and everything else. Dust spots, one click of the button, it identifies it. It analyzes your pictures.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
And figures out where the dust spots need to go. How cool is that? Again, you don't have to go one by one trying to erase them all. Just one click of the button and it does it for you. You could relight the situation. If the lighting's a little off in one place, you can darken a corner, lighten it. You can move the light to the foreground, background. Again, this is kind of stuff that Lightroom, Photoshop, and everybody else cannot do. They
And you wish you had some meat.
haven't even thought of this stuff. Stop playing with that, you. And so, bang for the buck. it's not even expensive either. That's the thing, you know, it's, you know, 60, 70 bucks. Click below and you can get a $10 discount. What does that mean? That means a $10 kickback for Dr. Scott and Dylan. Yay! Who doesn't like 10 bucks? So click below, get yourself a discount, and it's yours for life. You know, once you download it, there are no subscriptions, monthly subscriptions, or user fees, or anything else. It's yours for life. Next, how about you subscribe to my channel? Help us get exposed to the world, right? So how about you subscribe? Yeah, do you want to take a shot at it? How about you subscribe? Yeah. And third time's the charm, so let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. How about you subscribe? And give us a thumbs up. Yeah. Do you know how to do thumbs up? Yeah, get your little thumb in there. Get that little thumb in there. Not quite thumbs up, but almost. Get a thumbs up out there so we can show you the thumbs up girls. All right, everybody loves the thumbs up girls, huh? And, oh, what's that? Uh-oh, somebody's burning something in an apartment somewhere. That's our alarm. So anyway, last but not least, stay safe out there. You know, it's a COVID world. You know, we've moved from, what was our last one? The Delta variation. Now we're on to the Omicron variation. Who knows where we'll be next.
Shit, okay.
Oh my god.
It's the never-ending story, as they say. You haven't seen that movie yet, have you? So, stay safe out there. Get your vaccines, or don't, whatever you do. But come on back next week if you're not sick with COVID or anything else. Come on back. Remember, you belong here. And where do you belong at? Where is it? Modesty Photography, right? Where's your fingers? Supposed to have your, there you go. Modesty Photography. And what show was this? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott. At Dr. Scott. See, he's messing up my script with Dr. Scott. So thanks for dropping by. Thanks for watching. Hope you got a little something out of this video anyway. Just a little introduction to the Canon FD 24mm f2.0. Would I recommend it? Highly.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a great lens. 24 is kind of a cool focal range anyway. You can do a lot of different things with it. Very versatile. So get yourself one. It's an FD mount. Very nice. So anyway, come on back next week and we'll do this all again, right? So, are you ready? Bye-bye.
Here I am.